I told my boss that I was getting married, and my boss at the time, and right now, is still married. He looks at me and goes, "My condolences."
Oh, Jesus.
True story.
Go. Hello there and welcome to my channel. My name is Anne and this is my husband.
Hello.
Nate.
Hello.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
So, my husband dreaded the idea of marriage. Like the thought of getting married made him panic. So, can you please tell us, why did you dread the idea of marriage? Why were you so scared of marriage?
Well, and when I got to an age where I started to look at marriage and people who were married, I witnessed a few relationships. I saw a few relationships that were not good, to say the least, in terms of a lot of issues, a lot of fights, a lot of misunderstandings, just constant stress in both parties. And I told myself, if marriage is a place where you go to get stress, you go to get depressed, you go to, keep coming to the pastor for counseling every now and again because your spouse is, if that's what marriage is, then I don't want it. So I did not want to get married, but thank God I did.
Thank God you did. I mean, you ended on a good foot. I'm happy you said that. Very happy you said that. So he has been sharing this story with me like for as long as I can remember. So today I thought it wise for us to, make this video and just talk about it, because some of us have no idea how many people are being impacted by our lives. I don't know if we ever really sit and give it a thought, like how is my marriage, how is my life affecting those around me, those that look up to me, or those that even live with me, But
I think specifically for men, I'm not sure about women. There's a lot of men out there who are afraid to make that commitment, not because they don't want one woman, The fear of marriage is real to a lot of men. I remember when I was about to get married, I told one of my coworkers, I was like, "Hey man, I'm getting married." He was like, No, don't do it, Nate. Don't do it. True story. I mean, it was a joke, but he was like, "Don't do it." Because he has been through a divorce. I told my boss that I was getting married, and my boss at the time, and right now, is still married. He looks at me and goes, "My condolences."
oh, Jesus.
True story.
Go.
So you see men who are either in it or have gone through it, and looking at you and saying, "Don't do it." I was watching an interview with Nick Cannon, and this is a man who was married for several years. We know that, and he has kids with the woman, twins, as a matter of fact. And he looked at the camera and he said he is against monogamy and marriage. For those of you who don't know, Nick Cannon's father is a pastor.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. But he said he doesn't support marriage anymore because of the stress that goes with marriage. He says marriage is the most stressful thing ever. And so he would rather have people just be with whoever you want to be with, just have fun. Don't worry about marriage. This is the world that we're living in. Not because people are wanting to sleep with many women, just because there is that fear. And the fear comes from watching other marriages. Get that? We're afraid because we see other people getting married and it's not looking good. There's a lot of fights going on. There's just a lot of things happening. And we go, if that's what it is, then I'm not going to do it. So the point is, we who are married, it behooves us to work hard to be able to shine a light and have people look at us and then yearn for marriage. Is that the case? And we need to know every human being on this earth is very influential. We are all influencers. We may not know it, but there's somebody out there that's looking at you. You may have, I mean, somebody called me, this is probably 5-6 years ago. This is a man who we were back home together, not friends, we're acquaintances. And he calls me one day. Now, we both came to the States to, at the same time. And he calls me and he goes, "Hey man, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey man, it's been a long time. How you doing?" He starts to tell me his story and he says, "Hey man, things are not working for me. I got baby mamas now. I'm in debt. There's too many things just happening wrong in my life. And I'm looking at you. And I'm seeing this model. And I'm seeing you're married, you got yourself together, and he's telling me the things that I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that you're looking at me. You know what I'm saying? I was being an influence to this man and had no idea. And he asked me, what is your secret? What are you doing?
Wow.
Because he wanted to do the same thing. I told him the truth. I said, hey man, listen, it's God. I told him it's God. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that God is doing something in me.
Amen.
So I told him.
Amen.
But the point is, whatever we do, there are people out there looking.
Exactly.
There are destinies tied to our lives. And whatever action that we make, they look at it, they take it, and they make life-changing decisions based on our actions. They probably shouldn't, but that's the way the world works. Right? So I think we need to step back, think about your marriage, right?
Exactly.
Go the extra mile to fixing things, basically. If you're giving up, just know that your giving up might just kill a destiny. Look at this. Somebody said something, the Megan Good and her husband, they got divorced.
Right.
Somebody was saying that this is fundamentally the plan of the enemy. You look at a couple, they're out there, they've written books on marriage and relationships and all this kind of stuff, and it's like they're the model couple that everybody's looking up to.
Right.
And the whole thing crumbles. Do you know how many thousands of people look up to these people? They probably shouldn't. But when you see a relationship that breaks like that, I can bet you there's a lot of people saying, if Megan Good and her husband's marriage fails, then there's no point getting married. And that is the plan of the enemy.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Not to cut you, but we see cases. A man is well-to-do, has a stable relationship with a woman, but you just wonder, why is this person not doing the right thing?
Right.
You have a good job. There's a lady who, I don't want to be more too descriptive, but we have this conversation and like, these guys into real estate, he has bought a home, we're living together, then my thing is, why not just do
Commit.
the right thing? Commit. Get married to her. Now I know that this is the mindset that most men have. Just the fear of committing because, of all these stories and the things they have seen.
Yes. Now, let's take this home. God hates sin.
Exactly.
But what God hates more is the person who causes you to sin.
Exactly.
I think Jesus said in the Bible, he said it's better for a rope to be tied on your neck and then you thrown into the water, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly than for you to cause someone else to sin. So if you are in a relationship, in a marriage, and someone is looking at you and saying, oh my God, is that what marriage is? I'd rather not. I'd rather go ahead and do me. Do the things that the Bible preaches against just because I need to be in a relationship. Right. So I'm doing it the wrong way just because I'm afraid to commit because that's what's going to happen based on what I'm seeing. You are influencing someone the wrong way. And God hates that. So this is how we came up with the thesis. God is more angry with married people than with fornicators.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Because we are influencing people. Well, I shouldn't say we, because I don't want to generalize the whole thing, but a lot of married couples are influencing people to run away from marriage and then do the wrong thing. I guess that's what it is.
Right. Or we can still say we are influencing, because if you are married and you have a good marriage and another person is being influenced by your good marriage to get married, perfect. But if you fall in the other end of the spectrum,
Yeah.
when you have a terrible marriage and because we all are influencing in one way or the other.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So yeah, and you might feel like people are not seeing, people are not watching, people don't care. Like,
Oh, they do.
for us women, when our men look so frustrated, you know, they look so stressed, go out there, don't even want to come back home because in the house there is no peace. People see the stress.
Yep.
And they know that marriage is not going well. And for the husbands, we women naturally have this radiance when we are in a good place, especially marriage. You know, women, we love marriage, right? When we are in a good marriage, when our husbands are treating us well, when everything is going well, we radiate, we glow, we are excited. But when people see a wife or they see us women looking like our glory has literally disappeared, our beauty has faded, we are so unhappy, you know, people can tell and they are drawing conclusions based on what they are seeing.
Right.
All this is to say that people are watching our marriages and people are making decisions accordingly. So don't be that one who causes another person to stay in fornication.
If anything, work on your marriage for the destinies of other people.
Amen. That is powerful.
Yeah. So if you feel like you're done and the love is not there anymore, find that love. And we're talking to both parties here. It's not the man's job or the woman's job. It's both of you's job.
Both of you's
Both of you's to do it, right? So that at least when you get together, their lives will be changed and people will be influenced the right way.
Amen.
That's the point.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
So that is what we have for you guys today. We felt like it's so important to have this conversation because sometimes we don't think about this, we don't talk about it, but it's real stuff. You know? Let us know what you think in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yep.
We love you and God bless you.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching.
I just blew a kiss. I'm sorry, no man blows a kiss like that. Take it. No, we'll cut it up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm not.
We're not cutting it. He blew a kiss.
No, no man blows no kiss.
Okay, let me blow you a kiss. Since you remember kisses.
What? I take that blow back, man.
Thank
I love
you guys
guys
for
though.
watching.
All right.
Love you.